What if I told you that doubt doesn't make your faith weak, but that it actually means it's real? Can you truly believe in God and still question everything? And this is one of those questions people don't usually say out loud because doubt feels uncomfortable, almost like you're doing something wrong. If you believe in God, you can feel like you're not allowed to doubt. But to doubt means to be human, like your faith should be strong, stable, unshakable. But let's be honest for a second. Have you ever believed and still thought, what if I'm wrong? Why does this not make sense sometimes? Or why I don't feel anything? And if you ever felt that, you are not alone. Today we're going deeper. Not just can belief and doubt exist together, but maybe they actually need each other. Let's start simple. We often imagine belief as certainty, but belief is closer to trust, and trust doesn't remove uncertainty. And now think about people in your life. You trust them, your family, your friends, someone you love. But do you fully understand them? Do you never question them? Of course you do. So why do we expect belief in God to be different?
From a psychological point of view, doubt is not a problem, it's how our brain works. We question, we analyze, we look for meaning. Without questioning, there is no curiosity. And without curiosity, there is no depth. So if doubt appears, it doesn't mean that something is broken. Maybe it means that something is alive. Okay, and now think about this. If you could prove God with absolute certainty, like a math formula, would that be still a faith? Or would it be just a knowledge? Faith exists because there is uncertainty. If there was no doubt, there would be no need for faith. And the tension between belief and not knowing, there is exactly where faith lives. Okay, now think about your own life. When does belief feel strongest? When everything is okay? Or when everything is confusing, painful, unclear? For most people, it's during struggle, when nothing makes sense, when prayers feel unanswered, when reality doesn't match our expectations, and that's when doubt shows up. But also, that's when belief becomes personal, because now it's not just something you were told, you question it, you wrestle with it, and what you struggle with, you understand more deeply. And it's not even a new idea, because even in religious texts, people always ask God, are you here? Are you listening? Where are you? Aren't people without faith? Those are people who care enough to ask. Even philosophers who believe in God, they didn't pretend to be 100% certain. They questioned everything because belief was not something fixed, it was something they engaged with. And here is the shift. What if doubt is not the opposite of belief? What if the real opposite is blind certainty? If someone never questions what they believe, is it strong faith or just untested belief? Doubt forces you to ask better questions. It helps you understand what you actually believe and why. But it also feels uncomfortable, like standing on unstable ground. And people hate that feeling. So what do? They ignore doubt. They suppress it. But here's the problem. It doesn't disappear. It just goes deeper and comes back stronger. So maybe the real question isn't how do I get rid of doubt, but how do I live with it? But belief might not be about eliminating doubt, but continuing despite it. We all want certainty, but life doesn't always give it. And when it comes to something as big as God, of course, there will be questions. But maybe that doesn't make your belief weaker. Maybe it makes it more honest. Think about relationships. The strongest ones aren't perfect. They are the ones where questions are allowed, where trust exists, even without full clarity. What if belief were the same way? So can we believe in God and still have doubts? Yes. Not as expectation, but as part of the process. Belief and doubt are not enemies, they're connected. Because doubt challenges belief, and belief give doubt direction. Together they create something deeper. So now I want to ask you, Have your doubts ever pulled you away from your belief or pushed you deeper into it? Do you think doubts strengthens faith or weakens it? Write in the comments. I'll read them. Sometimes the most honest belief is the one that's willing to question itself.